Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, X-Wing players, and anyone who is potentially interested in X-Wing. Welcome to our channel. This is a channel dedicated to the pilots and boosting pilot skills of anyone who plays X-Wing. If you are new to this game or you are just getting back into this game, then this is the place to be. My call sign is BatMando. Let me go ahead and tell you that we are going to be doing a episode that is a little bit off the beaten path. We will be sharing with you a showdown summary, and this showdown summary is not like our normal showdown summaries, as in the dogfights, the scenario play, the gameplay that you normally see on this channel and in other playlists like the round reports. So, in which case, this is going to be an epic battle, and I don't just mean the adjective. I'm talking about the format of X-Wing referred to as epic battles. Now, we did a previous video talking about the epic format. It features all the huge ships fighting against each other on a very large battlefield, 6 foot by 3 foot, which is twice the size of a normal uh, mat. And speaking of twice the size, this showdown summary was so big that instead of doing it in one episode that normally lasts about 15 minutes, we had to divide it into two parts. So, welcome to part two. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the rules that we are playing under 2.5, but we had to do, say, some house rules because AMG doesn't have an official point system for our huge ships under 2.5. But thanks to Yasby, we are we were able to build a list using 2.5 system or loadout systems in order to make it possible. And let's go ahead and talk about the house rules that we used, and here we go, in which case 50 points on each side. There will be no objectives. Games will be over at the end of the 10th round. Ships are placed on opposite ends of the 6 foot by 3 foot mat, and we're talking about extreme ends at that point in time. Then we are also going to have two teams of two. So, in other words, two on two or two versus two, however you want to say it. But we will have one player that is controlling the huge ship in addition to a few escort ships, and then the other player will be piloting the rest of the ships that are obviously not huge, and that is how we're going to go ahead and do it. Now, this particular game or this particular confrontation is going to be Empire versus Rebel, perfectly thematic, I believe. So let's go ahead and see what Empire pilots are left on the field. And so it continues. So, part one recap. We got rounds 1 through 3. A lot of these rounds were mostly used to get into the position for future attacks. Only Sabine Wren was lost during these rounds, specifically round 3. During round 4, the Rebels lost Kiovenzi, and then during round 5, the Rebels finally strike back and take out 3 Imperial bombers. So, now, the score as it is, the Empire with 6 points and the Rebels with 10. Now, let's go ahead and see who is still remaining. The Empire pilots are flown by Commander Oren and Forest Ranger. The pilots we still have: Captain Faroff, Del Miko, Gideon Hask, Major Reimer, Sain Marana, Howl Runner, and Sunterfell. Not to mention, we have the Raider class Corvette still on the field. Okay, on the other side, Rebel pilots flown by myself and Rogue 2. We have Arvel, Magva, Wedge, Corrin, Thane, Psycho Tycho, Han Solo, and the Krellian Corvette. So let's go ahead and see how the rest of these rounds are going to shape out. And as you can see, with all the different pilots on there, we have a couple of ships that have already disappeared at the end of round 6. So here we go. Both sides have suffered the loss of high point targets, and those targets are for the Empire, or the casualties for the Empire. The Empire lost Hellrunner, Major Reimer, and Sunterfell. So I'm also going to tell you that the Rebels also experienced some casualties, and they are Psycho Tycho and Han Solo. Now, what you can't see in this particular picture, and Commander Oren was not pleased, and I was very much surprised by this. So Sunterfell, if you remember from part one, was kind of hanging out in the back here, just doing Sunterfell things. And Commander Orin had the idea to go ahead and fly Sunterfell this way, where I also had Psycho Tycho. And so Sunterfell goes ahead and takes out Psycho Tycho. Han Solo, range 3, through a debris, goes ahead and fires. Now, I will go ahead and tell you that Han Solo, I believe, had trick shot, so that increases, the attack die and everything else. Long story short, Sunterfell was essentially one-shotted off of the board, and if you're new to the game, one-shotted means as in like one volley of shots, one roll of die, and Sunterfell's dead. So, in which case, kind of was a big game changer because Commander Orrin and Forest Ranger had the idea that Sunterfell was going to go ahead and sweep in behind us and start taking out these ships. Well, that did not happen. So now, um, as it stands at the end of this round, the score: Empire with 17 and the Rebels with 22. So it's still a close game, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we're going to go ahead and move on into round 7. So, round 7, you can see that these epic ships are getting even closer as they keep on flying by each other. And you may notice that some TIE fighters disappeared. That's because the Corvette literally steamrolled them. So, in which case, they ran into him, destroyed it. It happens, ladies and gentlemen. If you have a small ship that goes up against an epic ship, and, well, yeah, you can end up like hitting it and then rolling down its side and then position yourself anywhere within range 1 of the back end of the epic ship. But yeah, you don't, a small ship does not want to get hit by any of these epic, huge ships. So, which case, let's go ahead and talk about what happened during this round. The rebel ships have the small ships under control at this point in time. So you see that we got one TIE fighter over here. You see that we have the medium-based TIE Reaper here, but the TIE Reaper is going to be looking at 3 shots on its backside. We have an A-wing over here. I don't think it has the Raider Corvette in arc, which is kind of funny considering how big the thing is. And then, of course, you have another A-wing over here flying around and hopefully will get re-engaged back into the game. But it's not like he can go ahead and cut right at this point in time, because if he does, he's going to end up in front of an epic ship. And just like we covered a couple of minutes ago, you don't want a small ship in front of an epic ship. All right. So, in which case, the Raider is wreaking havoc on the Corvette, like a lot of range 1 shots, a lot of just, constant bombardment. This thing can put out a lot of damage firing at a single target. And right now, its single target is the Corvette. So, now, the Empire lost 2 more TIE fighters, and which case the score at this point in time is going to be the Empire with 17 and the Rebels with 28. So, yes, the Rebels are pulling away, but let's go ahead and see what is in store for round 8 at this point in time. All right, round 8. Oh my goodness, these 2 ships looked like they were about to hit each other. The Corvette kind of made a very fast movement there to kind of just, get out of the way of that particular Raider, but unfortunately the Raider has turned in onto its backside, so this is not looking pretty for the Rebels at this point in time. Rebels destroyed the Reaper, as you can see, and the Empire continues to hammer the CR-90, aka the Rebel Corvette, and we still have this TIE fighter still alive over here. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that what shots I had left, I tried firing through the epic ship to get to there, but that just increases the defense ability of that particular TIE fighter. So the score at the end of round 8, we have the Empire with 17 still, and the Rebels with 32. So this looks like a big gap, but unfortunately it's not, especially since the Empire is still hammering this ship here. This ship is worth 14 points, and if it goes, then we're talking about a whole new ball game. So round 9 is about to take place. Round 9, you can see that we have no Corvette. So the Corvette has been destroyed, which probably has already told you what the score is going to be at this point in time. So now, the Raider, as I said, destroyed the CR-90, and the score Empire with 31, and the Rebels with 32. So now this is anybody's game at this point in time, and we're at the end of round 9. We said that the game was going to end at round 10, and well, here it goes. Round 10 attacks. I'm just going to say that the remaining Rebel ships are no match for this Raider. We already lost the X-Wing in this process. I'm also going to tell you that we probably had a lot of damage done to this X-Wing when it rolled into it. The tide has turned at this point in time because we lost an X-Wing. And the score at the end of this game, 35 to 32 in favor of the Empire. So, now, ladies and gentlemen, we hope that you enjoyed this. Please help us out. I'm just a teacher trying to do this as a side hustle, and you know, how can you help me? I could ask you to help me by clicking like on our videos, dropping us a comment every once in a while, subscribing to our future transmissions. I mean, I'm trying to help out other people get better at this game, and I'm going to tell you that all I'm asking in return is that you help me out and spread word about our channel. Hook me up with some of your friends so that they can start watching, seeing if it's something that they enjoy, see if it's something that they even want to start playing with you wherever you are at this point in time. So, subscribe to our future transmissions, click like on our videos. We very much appreciate it. We need your support. You are our only hope. So, now, we leave you with these online resources in the description of every video that we publish. So, check them out. If there's anything that I covered that you don't know what I'm talking about, either A, drop us a comment and I'll answer it, or check out any of these sites. We got the X-Wing documents, the X-Wing forum to ask a question, or we also have a fandom wiki that will talk about any pilot skill that you're just like, I don't know what that pilot skill is for that particular person. So there you go. Now, now we're going to, oh yes, thank you for watching. So please follow us on Instagram. Please search me up on Facebook, but please like our videos, subscribe to the future transmissions, drop us a comment. As always, we have to give credits to Slides Go, Flat Icon, and Free Pick for the use of their media during this presentation. And that being said, again, thank you for watching. This is Batmando, and as always, Batmando out.